Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Cruise Amigos live from Linzbach, Germany. How's that? As you can see, next to me over there is Amigo John. He's in Linzbach. Did I get that right? Germany. Uh, he's, I don't know if he's had any sleep or not, but anyway, he just got in just a little bit ago. And folks, before we get started, I guess I have to apologize. I must have screwed up the timing on you guys in the UK because Cruise Amigo Martin it was an hour off from what we're supposed to be. So I guess you guys changed your clocks last night. I didn't know it, and I set it up like normal times for me and John over here on this side of the pond, which would be 7 British summertime on for UK. Only it's 6 or 8 or it's an hour. I don't know. So anyway, if you guys aren't with us today, I hope you watch the replay. So, John, tell us about your travels.
No, I had to do that to you, Chillie. I had to give you a heart attack that the sound wasn't working because so many guests that we've had on lately, all of a sudden the sound doesn't work or anything. But hey, I am
Elizabeth.
I'm coming, Elizabeth. Over the top, over the top. I'll tell you what. From yesterday at 12:30 in the afternoon when we left. That's your time, 11:30 in the morning, my time. When we left took off from Fargo, North Dakota, to about 12 hours later when we touched down in Frankfurt, and I have a little bit of video about that. It's been just a wonderful time, and then we waited about an hour and a half, had a little breakfast here, and my number 6 foreign student. For those of you that have been following me for all that time, his name is Jan Benedict Jürgen Pfeiffer. Picked me up, both of us actually. I'm traveling with a friend named Anthony, and picked us up here in a shiny Mercedes, and of course, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. What are we going to do? So we went to the Mosel River Valley. The Mosel is one of 2 rivers that feed into the Rhine in this area, and this is the wine growing region of Germany. And so what else would I do? What could I talk about on a show like Cruise Amigos? But we got on a boat and took a 2-hour cruise. And so I don't know if we want to just jump into the pictures right away, Chillie, or actually my pictures start from getting on the plane yesterday. So
Go for it. I'm just going to sit back and let you do your thing.
Okay. Well, let's do it kind of in order because I didn't have any time to edit the pictures or anything. We did all sorts of stuff. I got here a couple hours ago, and by then it had been a day and a half, pretty much awake, but feeling great, man. Just feeling wonderful. Of course, business class over the ocean is not back to what it was as far as service because of the virus. It is what it is. But it was really great. The food was great, but they just sort of like plop it down in front of you as though you're in economy because they just try to have minimal contact with you. And I respect that. I have no complaints. Some people are writing articles and things where they're complaining that, hey, I'm paying all this money for this seat and stuff, and I might as well be in the cattle car. I have no complaint about that, Chillie. The staff everywhere we went, the staff accommodating my needs. The gentleman that pushed us for, I think about 3 days through the Frankfurt airport. Everybody just wonderful people. And I will tell you also that on 2 airplanes, Fargo to Chicago and then Chicago on Lufthansa, my last probably in my life time to ride a 747 because they're taking them out of service everywhere. Lufthansa, one of the last airlines to have a 747 in the air. The passengers were wonderful. There was none of this stuff that you're seeing in the news. Everybody gladly obeyed all of the rules. There was no pushback. There was no issue. Wait here till your cabin is called. Everybody just waited. There just was no none of this stuff that we're seeing reported as, oh, big headlines here because people have, it was just none of that. People were happy, people were friendly, people were chatting with each other, and just not what we've been hearing. So it was really wonderful. So Chillie, I'm going to try and bring up here my shared picture place, and I think you're going to make me
as soon as it comes up, I'm gonna
yeah.
cut the little pictures of you and me out.
Okay, now let's see if I do this. Oh, I'm going to go to the Chrome tab here, and I'm going to go to, I think I'm on videos right now. Share. This is where we're starting. So
Uh-oh, things are breaking up. Okay, there is your card.
And this is where it all started, actually, the night before. I called United and Lufthansa to make sure that we were able to actually fly with having just the vaccination records. And they said, the first person I talked to gave me the right answer, but I didn't believe him at the time. And they said, yes, if you are vaccinated and it's current, the paperwork's right, you're free to go. It just seemed like it was too quick and a flippant answer. So I said, I'm going to call back again. Well, the second person that I talked to apparently started working at 4 o'clock that afternoon. We got transferred into this and that and everything. And oh no, you have to have you have to have been tested within X amount of hours, and it's got to be a test from the hospital, and it's got to be this, and it's got to be that. And all of a sudden, at 8 o'clock the night before my trip, we're calling hospitals to try and get tests, and we couldn't get a test, and it looked like the whole trip was going to be off. But anyway, with my little vaccination card here, I proved that I could fly, and away we went. I just took a picture of this just for my own purposes, but this was I travel with a walker there. You can see a little bit of it in the corner, and this was just me taking a picture of the tag that they put on it, so that I knew that I was able to get it back. And so, we were on our way. All of a sudden, it was a beautiful day for flying from Fargo to Chicago. A little bit, it was below freezing when we left, but it warmed up. The air was fresh. The air was clean. And we were on our way. And we got into Chicago and had 2.5 hours layover. And one of my sadnesses was that the Polaris Lounge in Chicago, a beautiful appointed place, was closed. And they have not opened it yet, but we did get to the regular first class lounge, and everything, of course, is now served in disposable cups and everything. But this was actually my breakfast of a caprese salad and beautiful fresh tomatoes and real mozzarella cheese and everything. And this is just a view of the first class lounge, and filled with people. And you can see that the people that are sitting down don't have their masks on, but otherwise everybody walking around was wearing masks. And again, there was just no attitude, nothing. And way on the far back wall was just a bunch of disposable containers of food. There was salads, sandwiches, Rice Krispie bars to take with you, cookies to take with you, one of those Coke machines where you could make 200 kinds of Coca-Cola or soft drinks from the Coke company, coffees, teas, milks, everything like that. And it was a great start of the morning. This is my traveling companion, just catching a few Z's there. He's not used to that red eye flight that we were on. Got on this, and maybe I'll jump ahead here and show you that the cabin. Oh, there he is eating. Oh, I guess I took too many food pictures, so let me just go back and show you here.
Well, we don't mind food pictures.
That's what I mean. You don't mind food pictures, but
Uh-oh.
And like I said, they just gave you, rather than, oh, it'll come back. It'll come back. Don't worry. Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Rather than, generally in business class on Lufthansa, Delta, United, they would serve you in courses. They would bring you that delicious shrimp appetizer there. That's on celery root that's shaved with a little bit of fig jam there that went with it and everything. And they would have hot rolls coming out. And I did, have a glass of wine. Actually, I had a glass of champagne before we took off. I had a glass of wine with dinner, and then I had a Bailey's. I wanted to try the port wine, but I really never got to it, Chillie, because I just don't drink anymore. But so they they just bring you and plop you down a tray, and that's your meal. But then on the left, that was some delicious veal and some potato slices and a beautiful sauce, and my rolls and everything, and just a wonderful meal in business class. And this is the actual business class hardware, as they call it. There is rather old. You can see it behind Anthony there. It's open seating, and some people complain about it on Lufthansa, but I don't mind. I have a bed that could go totally flat. This was a dessert afterwards. I had the cheese course. It was 3 nice pieces in English cheddar. And then I don't know what the white cheese was. I did not get that. And then a piece of brie, of course, with a walnut on it. And all very, very delicious cheeses. Another view of it. And you see, I still hadn't finished that first glass of wine. And they were still flying out of Canada. And got a lot of good sleep coming across. The flight was about 8 hours. And uneventful when you're flying on a 747 and there's no big wind problems. You just don't even know you're up in the air. I mean, it was absolutely flat and level. And I slept and I slept and I slept. And about an hour before I woke up, and here we are just ready. Oh, we had breakfast, just a nice breakfast of salmon, shaved ham, rolls, coffee, fruit, and just very, very nice. So here we are 12 minutes away, and we're just about to turn. Actually, we made a hook there as we blew it up and came in on the regular flying into Frankfurt. Here's the business class cabin, and you can see that the seats, they're 2, 2, and 2 as you go across. A big hint for you if you're flying and you want more room, where your feet go between the seats in front of you, it's a much larger space on the middle 2 seats than it is on the outer 2 seats on either side. So if that's important to you, make sure you take the middle 2 seats. I wanted to look out the window and enjoy things. And now here, and I'm going to jump ahead here. This is a landing. That, of course, was the landing in Frankfurt, and just totally uneventful. You know, with those big 747s, you're just not even sure it landed. I mean, it was just so wonderful. So what do? We get picked up, have just a wonderful reunion time with Jan. I hadn't seen him in several years. He's gotten married to a longtime friend of his, and they now have a baby, and little Emma is so cute. And but we had a little time, so he said, look, we're going to go for a ride on the Mosel, one of the rivers that feed to the Rhine, and it's all grapevines, and I'd never been on it in the fall. You can see here the grapevines, and they are, of course, losing their leaves now and turning a beautiful, beautiful golden shade. And here, cut into the side of the mountain, this is a sandstone and shale. And this is from 1200, probably 1300, but a family had cut in there and have a absolutely secure and beautiful castle within the side of the mountain. Unbelievable. And this is just going, we were running about 115 miles an hour on the Autobahn this morning, and here's a piece of it. Oh no, this is going through the town. Anthony's commenting a little bit, but this is
links abbiegen, dann haben Sie erreicht.
Here.
Yes.
John, you appear to have frozen. Can you hear me? We appear to be frozen. John, are you there? Wow. Oops. Okay, folks, I am not at all sure what happened with John. Apparently, it's frozen up completely. Now he's gone. So hopefully he'll come back in. Can somebody tell me, can you hear me now? Somebody drop a comment, please, see if you can hear me. I see Geraldine's hi from Wet Ireland. Good to have you with us, Geraldine. Jack, Katie, Carol, everybody's here. Okay, so you guys can hear me. All right, John is coming back in now. Let's bring John back in. Are you there?
I are.
Okay, and I can hear you too. I was just running through. Everybody can hear me, and you froze up. And
I think what it is, it's a combination of I'm trying to draw like a movie or pictures down from the internet and feed up to you on the internet at the same time. So anyway, but I think you got a little taste of that what I experienced there, and it was just a really. It's been a fun. I don't even know. It's okay. I can figure it out. It's only been 25 hours since I left, since the plane took off in Fargo, North Dakota. 25 hours or so. So it's just been unbelievable.
Okay, so tell us your itinerary for the next little bit between now and next Sunday when we do.
Oh my goodness! Again. Between now and next Sunday, well, I think Germany is shut down tomorrow. All Saints Day, which of course today is Halloween, meaning it's the eve of All Saints Day. Not a big day for Halloween here, unless you're live somewhere in the neighborhood of Henry's place in Germany, because when he went back from my place, he decided to make Halloween a national holiday in Berlin, and he's doing a pretty good job of it, apparently. Matter of fact, sometimes they have parties and the cops come to his place to try and shut it down, and they will not acknowledge that they're policemen. They just bring them into the party and, oh, good suit. You really dressed up good for Halloween. And the police don't know how to react to it, so they just dance and have a good time. But not a big thing for Halloween here yet. But tomorrow is a very somber religious holiday in Germany. So everything's going to be shut down. And I think we're checking. We may take the train in tomorrow to Paris, because it's All Saints Day, but it's not a big deal in Paris. And then, tonight we are having, I might be able to have a picture on my cell phone to show you. We are having, you know what Wagyu beef is, or Kobe beef?
Yeah.
Jan here has a friend outside of town that is raising cattle with the DNA of Wagyu beef. And he has scored himself 4 pounds of New York strip of such a creature.
Oh.
And his wife cut off all the tidbits and side pieces and everything from that and made into a goulash for our supper tonight.
Interesting.
And then one night we are actually going to have the steaks. And so that's going to be a highlight. And then he also got himself a haunch of Iberian ham. Now, if you've watched Anthony Bourdain, the Iberian hams are the ones that they make where they ultimately hang it in a bladder of a pig. They blow up a bladder of a pig and put the ham in it and tie it all up and leave it in that basement somewhere in Italy. And the winds blowing in off the ocean provide just the right bacteria to make the ham do something. It dances for you or something. I'm not sure, but
that's what I want, a dancing ham.
In a pig bladder. In a pig bladder.
Yeah, of course. You must have the pig bladder. All right. So especially with the Wagyu beef coming and New York strips and everything, You're still eating like a thimble at a time, though.
Oh no, it's a pretty big thimble now. It's maybe
Ah,
this much of a thimble. So
okay. So
I mean,
we've definitely we're taking in a little bit more than we were.
yes, yeah. Think of a really picky gourmet eater.
Okay.
That just I can do that much now. So
Okay. All right.
so
That's good. Well, I'm tickled that you were actually able to enjoy a little adult
oh,
beverages on the plane.
well, that's my rule. I mean, I didn't quit drinking for any health reasons other than a decision to be healthier, and I didn't have any addictions or things. Although certainly respecting people who choose to quit for those things. I just decided that I had drank enough in my life, and so I stopped drinking. But I had two caveats, and one of them was Europe, and one of them was cruises, and I'm mixing them together right now. So, and even that now, I can see that it's amazing because you know supper on a overnight flight on an airplane was a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 glass. How do you count? Glass of wine. And I'm telling you, my one airplane glass of wine last night, and I nursed on that thing for the whole meal. So I've really changed my personal habits, and I think for the good. I think, the fact that God has blessed me with 70 years, it's time to, now if I had had a good bourbon, I'd have broke my rule about my rule, Chillie, if that would have happened. But so it was good.
I've done much the same thing. I've rarely have any anymore, but once in a while I'll have one with dinner, but not
if
like I used to.
If a good one comes by, it would be disrespectful.
Oh,
It would
yeah,
be
of course.
disrespectful to not. So, but yeah. So I think Paris tomorrow. My number 7 foreign student, his name is Fabian Klein Schumacher, is coming to. He'll stay like a night. He'll visit with us, but he's taking the train up, and then he can't like make it all in a day. So that's going to be great to see him. I've only seen him twice since the almost 20 years that he was a student with me. So I'm excited about that. And just to spend time with Jan and his wife and his child. We'll be doing things around this area and just having some fun. And then by the weekend, we head up to actually Amsterdam, but a stop in Cologne along the way. 2 days in Amsterdam, and then it's over to my stomping grounds of Berlin, and a good week there. And then we fly to Rome. And Rome, of course, all bets are off. I get to eat pasta till it comes out of my ears because I have never been to Italy, and particularly Rome, and this is my lifetime treat.
Okay.
And I think the story about that. I was supposed to end up in Rome, in the Vatican City. And then, of course, the terrible situation with the towers coming down, and that ended my visit because I was going to be one of 42 people in with the pontiff, with John Paul, on a special invitation that I got. And then when the towers came down, that ended that whole journey. So I'm kind of peeved about that. I have my own special peevement about that event that happened in our life.
Well, now, see, I think you need to, while you're in Rome, just go on down to the city and go up to and ring the Pope's doorbell and tell him you're due a glass of wine with the Pope.
Well,
I'm sure they'll just let you right in.
You'd think they'd understand, wouldn't you, considering the trauma that I went through back then? So
absolutely.
I would think so. Yeah, I think they should.
Clean up one question. If you go to Paris tomorrow, how long of a
we're right on the French border here. I think it's 10, 12 miles away. So an ICE, we just happen to be really lucky. The ICE, the Interstate Express, is right here. So we will hop on that, and we have purchased passes, Rail Europe passes, which, by the way, big announcement. Because of the virus, you could not buy them on the internet travel agent.
Time out. You need to repeat that because you broke up. Start with the passes.
Right. You used to be able to buy, your travel agent, of course, can buy them for you, but they kind of don't know how to do it because it's a weird thing, and they only make a few dollars of commission on it. So from their point of view, it's kind of more hassle than it's worth. But if you have a Europe pass, then if you have a pass for a day, you can get on and off the trains of Europe all day as you want. So like if you're going across Germany, but Ulm, the city of Ulm, not New Ulm in Minnesota, but the city of Ulm is in your path, you can jump off, put all your bags in a locker for €2, and then go and tour the big cathedral in Ulm and get back on the train. And your pass is still good for that. And if you can hit 2 of those in a day, you can do that. So it's a wonderful way to see Europe if you have good legs and can jump on and jump on off a train. And even the backcountry, you can take it right down to the little diesel units that go between the little towns. Like we could do it from here, but we won't. We'll take the car over to a place where we can get on the big train. But so we'll take a train in the morning to Paris for 2 hours, and we'll end up in the heart of Paris.
That's right. By the way, Jack says, I haven't cruised the Rhine, but I did travel by train across Germany on the riverbank of the Rhine.
Oh, yeah.
Same scenery, good vibes.
Oh, great vibes. And Jack, that's what, the Mosel is a big branch off the Rhine down here in the south. Also a little tiny one called the Nar, and they each have their own unique wines that are raised on their shores. And so, but anyway, so we had an extra day on our tickets because you had to buy a minimum of 4 days. And so tomorrow we're going to burn that by going into Paris and, having a little French food and a little, so, it'll be good.
Do you have a beret to wear? I think that's isn't that written in the 4th chapter of Juviticus or something like that?
Juviticus,
that you have to wear,
yes.
wear the hat thing.
You just reminded me of something, it's sitting at home on the kitchen table.
What is that?
Oh,
you can't go back and get it.
No, that's going to be difficult.
Well, this is an exciting week for the Cruise Amigos, at least for 2 of us. We don't know if it's an exciting week for the 3rd amigo.
Yeah,
because he's messed up with the time, which I'm not sure if it was my fault or his fault, or both, or neither.
Let's make it his fault because he's not here, so we can.
Yeah, we can always blame it on him since he's not here.
Yeah.
But why can't we get all this stuff doing it together where we change clocks at the same time? If we got to change clocks anyway, which I think is kind of stupid, but that's just me.
Dude, we can't decide on which side of the road we drive on. How do you think that we're going to get the?
Yeah, that's true too. It's been a good week for me too. I have some cruises booked.
Tell me, and I'll tell you mine. Yeah.
I have. I'm starting off in January. As a matter of fact, January the 24th, I'll be on Freedom of the Seas.
Okay.
And then I get back from that, and I've got one night in Miami. And on January 29th, I get on MSC Seashore. That's the new one. It's just gotten into Miami now, but new to me. And that's a 7-nighter. And then I get back in, I have another night layover in Miami. And then I get on the MSC Divina. So I'm doing 2 MSCs and 1 Royal Caribbean back to back to back.
So wait a minute. So you're going to be in Miami in a hotel on the shore in January?
Yeah. I have a day in Miami between the Royal Caribbean and the Seashore. And then I have a day between Seashore and Divina. So I've got 2 overnights in Miami.
Well, I might be in Florida on that first one.
Oh, yeah?
So wouldn't that be funny if I just show up there? So that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I could bring you some real sugar, instead of that crap that you eat over there on the East Coast. I could bring you some some real sugar.
That's made from beets that
Put
are
that in
not
your
red.
Put that
See,
in
I've
your
learned.
pie. Yeah. Put that in your
I'm
pie.
learning. Oh, and we had who was it? Somebody popped in yesterday and said, "Oh, we got to do another show on beets. That was the most fun we've had." I don't know. Yeah. So we have to do another show on beets, John.
Hey,
John's
we
a
will.
beet farmer. For those of you, there's some people from over there on the other side of the pond that are with us that aren't necessarily always with us. So John is a beet farmer, folks. I mean, I tease him about being a pot farmer. Which they grow hemp, but or whatever it's called. But really, his business, he's a beet farmer, and I thought beets were red.
4 generations. My grandfather was one of the my great grandfather was one of the men.
Great grandfather beet. Were they named after him?
He was one of the people in the 1800s that brought a pocket full of sugar beet seeds from Germany. Then you didn't have the problem of bringing seeds from one country to another. You know, it was more like spread the seeds. So
anyway, the way I'm doing what I had to do, still
thank you, Emily.
Cruises that I would have put on the top of my list, actually, that would have been first. I can't go on yet. They won't take oxygen guests, which that's all of the Carnival group. And even though Norwegian won't say it out loud, they won't book you.
Shame on them.
So Royal Caribbean will, and MSC will. So hell, that's where I'm going first.
I get it. I understand.
So, and then hopefully, I'm hoping to be over there in April and over in that side of the pond in April for the inaugural of the
party
Celebrity Beyond with Captain Kate and Bug Naked. However, that one is, I'm sorry that Martin's not with us now because he's been working on it on that side. And I've got issues with having enough oxygen.
Bye, Emily.
On the plane. Oh, Emily's leaving us. Bye, Emily.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bye, Emily.
You're leaving. So you can see some of the chat. Good.
Oh, I can see the chat. Yeah, I can read the chat.
Okay.
Here, so, yeah.
Have a great vacay, John. Enjoy all the weather.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So Emily is going off to do Emily things.
So this week I booked myself also the Norwegian Escape Epic through a heck of a deal for next year's transatlantic. It's a weird crossing. It's Lisbon, Portugal to New York, 9 days. So it's short and sweet, and it leaves out of Portugal. I have not been to Lisbon myself, but I actually know people there from the Fisher Pen Company that were distributors. So I don't know if I could hook up with them before I get there or not. But and I booked a solo cabin because with full benefits. I mean, alcohol, upgrade to dining, shore credit, everything, the whole package, wireless, $1,050
for a 9-day. Holy Hannah!
And that's the single supplement in solo, you know.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I could not do it. I would have rather had a balcony or, you know, another kind of room, but you know, I grabbed that one just because to get a balcony, if Anthony should decide he likes cruising and wants to go again, he can buy a solo cabin, and even the two of them together is cheaper than a balcony with no benefits.
Yeah.
So I mean, and so you know, and there is a benefit to having an inside or these solo cabins is that they kind of kick you in the butt to, you know, get out. I have a problem that sometimes when I have a balcony, I just stay in the balcony cabin because I have this beautiful view, and I do a lot of computer work. You know, ship time for me is doing some writing of programs, doing some marketing development and stuff like that. And when I can sit in my room and have a 180-degree view out of a beautiful sea,
the water,
and I tend to stay alone when I really should get my ass going and get out and be with people and do those things too, but do them, where there's people coming by, whether it's in the buffet, where I can have a coffee going with me or whatever. But I tend to not do that because my room is too good. So having a solo room gets me out more, and that's better. So.
Well, that's one of the things that, see, I spend all my time running around filming, taking videos.
Yeah.
So I don't mind being on an inside because I'm out doing odd stuff anyway.
Yeah. And then if you do want to take a nap, you can make the room really dark. So I think, I just like the solo rooms on Norwegian. The showers are good, the beds are comfortable, and somehow you kind of feel like you're in this little cocoon, you kind of feel like you're like, almost like the universe has wrapped its loving arms around you and you have a few hours of just peaceful, quiet time. So.
Well, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting now once I get going again to make sure that I can do all the things I want to do, which, is still kind of up in the air. Yeah. What date is the transatlantic from Lisbon?
It's later because I will be able to do Thanksgiving. It's like December 9th to or maybe December 7th to the 16th, I believe. December 7th to the 16th.
Of 2023.
Of 2022.
2022.
Next year. But in the fall. So it'd be neat because I can do Thanksgiving and then kind of maybe take off to Berlin or something and spend a few days there with friends and then hit down to the ship and
to Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal. Have a little port.
Yeah.
I have Madeira. You know the Madeira song, don't you? Have some Madeira, Madeira. Have some Madeira, Madeira. Do you remember that song or no?
No.
Not in your wheelhouse? Oh.
No.
Okay, yeah. That's okay.
You always amaze me when you pull stuff out of the thin air that's beyond my comprehension.
Anthony has brought his Martin guitar along. No, it's in the other room. And I thought it would have been cool to have him, just sitting in the back, the few notes and stuff. But he's never done a red eye before.
No.
And he's calculating that he needs to sleep for 3 days now. He thinks it's going to take him 3 days to recover. And I go, no. But you got to, when they serve you breakfast after the night's sleep on the plane, you got to like chug 3 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
For me anyway, I don't drink coffee regularly, and that resets my clock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's now, it's 9 o'clock here, and I'm going to, after this, I'm going down for we're going to have our little wagyu ragu.
Yeah. Jack wants to know what programming language.
Oh, no. Thank you, Jack. But no, I'm not. I gave up programming, but I'm programming. I'm programming like marketing plans and things like that. So those kind of things and funnels. If you know what a funnel is, where you send out 4,000 emails and you hope that you get back 400 or 40, and then out of the 400 you send another better email that's just for those people that you hope you get. It's a funnel that brings it down to ultimately you hope you get 12 customers that you can have them give you some money, and then you can go on a cruise again. I hear you. And this is not a joke. I mean, in all seriousness, no. But Trump really did the ultimate kind of funnel. I mean, he sent his first email to the entire population of the United States. And then from that, he got down to, half the population, which got him down to, and he is still sending emails out to the bottom of his funnel, the 200,000 or 300,000 people that are his absolutely diehard, dedicated followers. And whether you agree with that or not, he did that, the funnel program to its nth degree. I mean, he used it absolutely the way it's purposed to be used. So there's a perfect example of doing it. But of course, to be able to send out to, literally every person in the United States as the first volley, only people in his position have the finances and the ability to do that. So,
yeah. All right. So if we look ahead next Sunday,
yes,
for the Cruise Amigos, where will you
yes,
be? So
uh,
I know when I do a little
right.
advertising on the show that I'll have the right place that we're going to be live from.
Well, just to make sure here, let me pop in. I'm not showing you guys, but I'm going to drive because there's just I'm old now, and the human brain is capable of receiving and remembering over 4 billion bits of information. And about 3 years ago, I got the message that mine is full. So I have to rely on, things.
You have to make some more space.
It doesn't kind of work that way. You remember stuff that you have no desire to remember. Come on, baby. Come on. Up and down, up and down. Okay. Today is the 31st.
Yes, this is the 31st.
Okay. Conceptually, on Saturday the 6th, we are taking the train from here through Cologne, Germany, maybe with a stop. We were supposed to meet my number 2 son, my number 2 foreign exchange student, and it looks like that's off. So we will get to Amsterdam relatively early, and we're staying at the KO Hotel, just a short walk from the Grand or the Central Station, they call it in Amsterdam, but it's the Hauptbahnhof. It's the great train station. So conceptually, I should be at the KO Hotel downtown Amsterdam for our soiree next week.
Okay, so I'm counting on us being live from Amsterdam. Now, I don't suppose where there's any chance of us going out in the red light district of Amsterdam and seeing some of the hooker places where they get in the windows and advertise their wares and stuff. I mean, it wouldn't be nothing for me, but I mean, I know Jack would get all excited about it. Jack?
I have a question. So would that be a hardware trip or a software trip?
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know.
Because there was a Torch Song Trilogy. That was a question in the show. Is that the guy said that it's the opposite of computers, because on a computer the software goes into the hardware, but with people, anyway. So just I just didn't know which kind of a tour anyway. But yes, if we get there in time, we could do some walking. I could do a little capturing, and you never know what might happen. Matter of fact, maybe we'd have a special guest, and
that would be wonderful if you could.
Because understand that these people are in a legal, legitimate, respected business.
They respected profession, and I have never been there to witness it, so I'm making fun of something that I shouldn't make fun of. But yes, I would love to have we could make it legitimate right here on the Cruise Amigos.
Now, I don't think I'm going to do a kind of a man on the street reporting of it. I think that might be a little over the top, but you never know. Know. So
interesting. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Actually, I could. I don't know if you would understand the nuances of it. If Martin was here, I have a really great joke about that, but I can't. Martin would have to be here to interpolate for you guys. So.
Okay.
It's about a soccer player. So without Martin, why?
Well, then I'm going to be totally confused. Well, of course, Allison's with us. Allison is a soccer, and she's a
rugby
soccer management.
Is she rock? Is she in rocker or soccer? I don't know.
No, she's a one of those UK football teams. I don't know. She's the water boy or
Allison. I want to say
Allison has some kind of a job with the soccer team. That's her profession.
Allison, I want to say that it's December 9th. It's on the Epic. It's the only Epic transatlantic. Maybe I can see it here if I bring up my email where they gave me my these are your dates. But it was amazing. I thought it was just an amazing thing. The only thing I don't like is that it's 9 days. I mean, I wish it was longer, but these are I don't know why they changed that. And you know why they're going to New York, don't you, Chillie? You know why they're going into New York?
They always do.
No. The Epic has always gone into Florida and then started going into Puerto Rico. And only this year, for the first time, is it going into New York.
No, I don't know why.
Well, that's because the damnable situation there with landing in Florida and the governor and that whole crapperino thing.
Okay.
And no offense to New York at all. I mean, it's a wonderful place, but for me personally, I don't want to be on a ship that's going into New York and all of the mess of people and that's why I'm taking the train out of New York. I don't want to get anywhere near an airport with having to be pushed around and stuff, because it's not their fault. It's just that they are so overbuilt, and it's on a good day the confusion and pandemonium is just overwhelming. I mean, it's like I said, it's not their fault. It's just gotten away from them so bad that so that's why. Oh, Jack's got a joke for us, and it may be true. What is the origin of the term hooker? Was that like Jack Hooker on the TV show, or no? No.
Oh.
See, Allison likes a 9-day cruise. I suppose for her work and stuff, that works really good. So, I hope the ship doesn't get full because of all these 9-dayers now. Oh, we can't do 2 weeks, but we can do 9 days. Let's go screw up all of those people that like 15-day cruises. No, I'm kidding, Allison. I'm kidding.
Jack, I do not know the origin of the term hooker. Racking my brains and nothing is coming.
Maybe it's Rokaw backwards.
Oh, Katie says she saw the red light district was in Hamburg.
There is one in Hamburg.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one in most of because also in Germany, you get your license to do that profession by the day. You go to a meter and you plug in your credentials and pay your tax, and then you go and work for the day.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could politically incorrectly. I could make. Excuse me.
Hey, where else do you pay? Well, I guess there's other places too where you pay your tax. Whether if you go fishing, you have to buy a fishing license before you catch them, right?
And so, well, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
Maybe that's what it is, because you're hooking the customers in like you're fishing,
Maybe that's it. Jack, where did you go? We need to answer.
I hope it's not something like syphilis has got under microscope. It's got like little hooks on it or so. I hope that's not where he's going with this.
Well, I hope Jack did stay with us.
Anyway, Allison, just remember, if you're on a cruise with me, what happens on the boat stays on the boat. So,
General Hooker was a Union officer during the Civil War. Thus, the lady count followers were called hookers. That's from Nikki. Jack came in with the same thing. American Civil War, Union General Hooker had a lot of female count followers who became known as hookers. Oh, be damned. And that's from two different people put the answer up at the same time. So we know that they're right. Wow. And I had never heard that. Interesting. Thank you guys. Thanks for the answers, both to Nikki and to Jack.
We have such a smart crew listening to us. We got to be careful that we get it right all the time, because they could take us to
They
task.
know me. They know I get it wrong all the time. That's why they watch, so they can, prove how dumb the fat man is. And that's okay. I like it.
By the way, don't come to Germany thinking you're going to buy a cheap house anymore. That house has hit this part of Germany now, and it's unbelievable. The house that Jan has here, they bought it a few years ago, and it was a fixer-upper. But I mean, he has fixed it up to unbelievable. I'm on the 3rd floor. It's an apartment that they built on the 3rd floor. And I'm sure it's going to Airbnb for a couple of $100 a night. It's just beautiful. It's just an awesome, awesome place. And he has his kind of side hustle, I guess you'd call it. He has a place down on the river where people come and there's, like picnic tables with umbrellas and stuff. And he serves them beer and bratwursts. And it's Germany is very social. I mean, you go and meet your friends down at the river and he sells tens of thousands of beers every year. Amazing.
Kim's with us. Kim's back from her second Alaska cruise.
Couldn't get enough, huh, Kim?
My getaway, 17 days, leaving December 5th, is going to Miami, though we were coming in the day before and can't get off the ship. Bummer.
Well, that's like the Epic this year. They canceled their last port of call, and they're coming into New York a day early. So we're going to overnight in New York. That's going to be neat because our balcony is on the side of the ship that's going to have the whole view of downtown New York out of our window.
Nice.
And it's going to be an interesting thing. Yeah. I have to work that night, so I'll be there sitting. Help this, guys. Can I help you? And maybe we'll go take a helicopter tour. So it should be fun.
Jack says it's getting close to that time. Adios, amigos. See you next week. Thank you,
See you, Jack. Thanks. Yeah.
Glad you were here. Kim says leaving for Moab UT on Tuesday for the Rocky Mountaineer train ride from Moab to Denver.
Oh, that's a beautiful run. That's a beautiful run. Have ear popping, whatever. Take gum or something. You're going to be going up and down, up and down, up and down. But it's a beautiful run. Yeah, that's neat. Kim is really getting out all of a sudden. I didn't know that she was. I thought she was, and this is not to be diminishing her at all, but I thought she was a little more talk. But she's out there walking the walk. My goodness.
Yes, she is. Yes,
My
she is.
Goodness. Wow, that's so neat.
Tickle pink for her, too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, everybody's out.
Going on a 4x4 excursion. Wow.
Hey, Kim, you can come to Minnesota and do that anytime you want for free. All you got to do is get a 6-pack of Budweiser beer, and we'll excursion all you want. We'll do that all you want.
That's awesome. As soon as you get home, I'm thinking about jumping on a train and coming up to Minnesota just to say the hell I'm coming.
Come on up, man. Come on up. Yeah.
We might do a Cruise Amigos with both of us in Crookston, Minnesota.
Now, if you wait till there's enough ice on Lake of the Woods, we'll go up to the Canadian border with the guests that we had, and you can actually, you put your, like fishing at those things at the carnival and stuff, where you throw your little fish behind the curtain and then you see if you catch a prize. Well, you can do that through the ice, and God hooks something on down there.
Yeah, no,
it's amazing. No, they have bourbon.
Yeah, but you missed out on the thing that's going to stop me from doing it.
What?
Ice.
They have oxygen.
Ice. That means cold. No.
Ice is 1/3 oxygen. Chillie.
No.
What do you mean cold? You're in a house. You're in shirt sleeves. You're in shirt sleeves in a house.
If you're going to take me out on a frozen lake, I got to be out in cold weather. I don't do cold very well.
The cold weather is from the door of this beautiful, like Caterpillar type vehicle to the house 4 feet away. And then when you get in the house, you're in shirt sleeves. There's some hot Baileys on the stove. You can be watching a game on the satellite dish. What is your complaint here?
I'm not good with Arctic circles.
Do you think the rapture is going to come and all of a sudden the ice is going to like turn to water just in the snap of a finger?
No, I don't care. I'm not worried about it falling through. I'm worried about freezing the fat man. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh,
no.
Well, that's right, Nikki. You can't, but you can be in the neighboring country of the Czech Republic, where they have a Budweiser beer, no relation to the St. Louis company, where that Budweiser is pretty darn good. You know, it's
All right. You know what? We've managed to kill an hour again.
hey, I can do
Pretty
two
close to
more.
it.
I can do two more if you want. So anytime.
Yeah, no, not me.
All righty.
So, John, you have a tremendous week. And if you get a chance to go out and interview a hooker, and maybe bring one next week to show and tell would be fun. We'd like to see. We'd like to see.
Wouldn't you sit back in your chair if I found what if they're not ancestors, if they go the other, an heir to Colonel John Hook? Absolutely. Wouldn't your mouth just drop open?
Yeah, it would. All right, John, have fun this week. We'll look forward to a full report next Sunday on the Cruise Amigos live from Amsterdam. For everybody else, thanks for being with us, guys. We'll see you next week. Later, y'all.